What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and we are here pregame. Talk a little bit about them birds, baby. That's right, it's game day, so excitement in the air for all you sickos out there. Look, I know this isn't the time for everyone. Not everyone's a diehard Eagles fan. Not everyone knows what the hell's going on. But you can see, even the people that, are just here to be miserable, even they are part of this going on right now. You see everybody's losing their mind. Season's over. Hassan Reddick hurt his thumb. Oh, my God. Chaos in the air. But guess what? There's excitement in the air because this Philadelphia team, for those of you who have been following along for a few years, we know they are building a dynasty here and will be competing for the future for a very long time. So let those haters hate. Now, I did just mention something about Hassan Reddick. Hopefully you were able to catch that video earlier, but in case you did not, he will be getting surgery on that thumb injury that he got on Monday, and he should be ready for week 1. We'll see how it heals, how everything goes, but nothing to fear here. Just some more reps for the other edge rushers going on in the preseason. And then, look, he wasn't going to play much in the preseason anyway, but, maybe some joint practice reps and things like that. They'll go to Nolan Smith, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, these other guys. So talked about that earlier, but we're here to talk about this game. So we're going to look at the Eagles depth chart right now. Then we're going to talk about the top 30 players to keep your eyes on. And look, I almost wanted to make a top 50. There are so many effing people, so many things going on, but hopefully you were able to catch a show last night. We talked about those top 15 position battles to be keeping your eyes on for tonight's game. And look, I'll brush up on that again. We'll talk about all of it, but love to hear your thoughts on this. Let's get rocking and rolling. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, whether you're watching this live or trying to catch this right before the game, whatever it is. Let's go. Look, we got the chat already rocking and rolling. My man, William Ankle, I will find out tomorrow. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Yo, Kavai, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate that message earlier. Hope school and work are going well. And look, I know a lot of you guys, we all have different schedule things going on. I try to make these lives, try to make short videos, try to make everything I can so you guys can always catch up on them. And if you're watching them later, you can always comment down below. I'm always down to talk some birds. My man Lil in here. Let's go. Yo, it's game day. So got to be excited, right? And I know it's just preseason, but this is the time to learn a lot. And, for the people that say Jalen Hurts can't develop, this is not a time for them. I need to see the starters playing in preseason. I do not. I need to see these back end guys. Who wants to make this roster? I'm excited about it. Lots of depth on this team. So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Take a gander at this depth chart here that I have put together. Now, look, these things can change. We've been talking about, things like running back, where 1A, 1B, I think Penny, continue to stay healthy, do your thing. I think he'll be a big part of this rotation too. Not as much as Swift and Gainwell, but look, all important roles on this offense. You see tonight, Mariota, McKee, Book. We're going to see those backup guys. So excitement there. It's people really pumped up about Tanner McKee. Not sure if this is another Reed Sinnett situation like last year, but look, keep doing your thing, and maybe you can make it on the practice squad. Maybe you do so well, you could force the Eagles to want to keep a third quarterback, even though with that new rule, because of the 40 whiners, you can now suit a practice squad quarterback. So we'll see what the Eagles decide to do, but should be fun to watch there. Wide receivers, a lot of depth there. A lot of guys were out last week, so maybe they get an opportunity to step up here. And, it was only like 5 days ago, but we'll see which guys are healthy tonight. We'll talk about that here shortly. Then tight ends, we need to find out who wants to be behind Goddard there. And then a lot of offensive line depth that's trying to vie for about 3-4 jobs there. And I think a few of them are already locked in. So we've talked about that, but I'll get into those top players to watch here shortly. And you see this defense. Look, I have, again, 12 starters here because I want to show you the 5-man fronts. And I also want you to understand there will be 4-man fronts with that nickel cornerback in. There will be so many different multiple schemes you'll see. Hopefully you're able to catch that video. But look, I've been breaking it down. There is so much depth. Interior, the edge rushers, the corners, the safeties, the linebackers, trying to figure out a lot of things. So check that top 15 position battle show out. Like I said, I'll brush by it here, but man, there is a lot of battles going on here, and I am very excited about it. And even on the special teams, you've got the punter and you've got the returner situation going on. So a lot of things to look forward to here, but just wanted you to get a look at that depth chart before we jump into this. let you know how things are going, for this roster. And things are going to change, move around, and, try not to take too much from that. You know what I mean? So, look, I'll break down next week. We talked about it after this game. I'll give you my next projected 53-man roster. So very pumped up. And, yeah, you don't want people to be hurt on your team for sure. Yo, my man. Doing all right, Donnie. Hope you're doing well, my man. Ready to get to set up an appointment for tomorrow. I'm going to go check this ankle out. Son of a bitch. But I was talking to my source today, and he apparently messed his ankle up too. And I'm like, oh, what'd you do? And apparently he was, hiking with Lane Johnson and John Runyon. And, he messed his ankle up climbing Yosemite. So I was like, well, much cooler than my story. But, dude, I was making a joke, apparently Sheamus from WWF was out there, and pretty cool, but it's just like he was on me about, getting it checked out. I was like, all right, man, if I get this guy, if he's the one that got Lane Johnson ready to go for those playoffs, I'm going to listen. So we're going to get it checked out tomorrow, but I'm doing all right, Donnie. I appreciate you tuning in. Still completely miserable that I cannot walk, and it's driving me insane, but I do enjoy still sitting in this chair, even though not having it propped up does bring a little bit of pain to me. I'll be all right, though. Let's get ready for this effing game, though, and let's talk about the top 30 players to watch in this game. And again, I could have made 50, so I'm sure there's going to be a player someone's going to be upset about that's not here. We'll talk about all of them. Do not fear. Now, I try to break it up from special teams, defense, and offense, and I wanted to add the special teams guys. Let's get them out of the way. Right off the bat, we need to see one of these guys stepping it up, giving us something here. Son of a bitch. Please, Zentner, Sippos. We're going to need it here. So you've got two players there. And now we're going to get 14 from the offense, 14 from the defense. So let's go. Let's check out this offense. You know how I feel about the punter situation. I can't stress it enough. Somebody just needs to step it the F up, okay? Now, on offense, Tanner McKee, look, can he continue to build on that performance? Can he force the Eagles to keep a third quarterback? We will find out tonight what he looks like. So intrigued to see him. Intrigued to see if Book completely just craps the bed again, but also intrigued to see how much Mariota plays and how much McKee gets here. And again, I don't know. Maybe we let the starters come out for a drive. I have no idea, but I doubt it. Maybe a couple of them. But, Boston Scott did not play last week. You saw Rashad Penny. Maybe Penny gets the week off, and you see Boston Scott and Trey Sermon this week, getting the most reps. I have no idea, but I would like to see Sermon continue to get reps. And, if you want to try him at kick returner again, whatever. But don't think he was great back there. And, you're trying to find out what these guys can bring to the table if you are going to keep them on the roster. So I get it, and this is the time to do that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Will Boston Scott get that kick return duty tonight? Will he even play? Only time will tell. And then Olamide Zaccheaus, another guy. The punt returner, I would like to see him doing those duties, but he did not play last week. I've told you before, I think he's a lock to make this roster as the fourth guy. And if the question is, will there be a fifth? So Olamide, maybe give him some reps just because he hasn't, played in this system. It's preseason. He's not played with Hurts or the first team offense. So really, those joint practices are what, gives you those reps. But regardless, would like to see him tonight. And then, some other receivers. You see Britton Covey down at the bottom. He's somebody that obviously had that punt return job. Is he going to, have to actually battle for it, or they're just letting everybody else try it out? Now, he was a little banged up last week with a hammy injury, so he sat out. Is he healthy enough? He better hope he is, because he's got guys like Nada and Cleveland who had the most reps last week. Maybe they get some return duties here. And then Deion Kane. So he's healthy now. Hopefully he gets some game action. He's been out of training camp here last couple of weeks, missed the first preseason game. So hopeful that he gets some reps as a kick returner too. He had 2 touchdowns in the USFL last year. Would like to see these guys getting some reps back there. I get it. You want to throw random dudes? Fine. But why not some dudes with experience that, if they're going to possibly make this roster, give them a shot back there. And then the tight ends. Jackson and Russell are here. That's great. But I need Stoll, Calcaterra, and Arnold to do something here. And really, I think Stoll is that blocking guy. With that mullet, he's going to make it. But Calcaterra and Arnold, really as those F-type tight ends, the receiving guys, I think that, to me, one of them has to step it up here. Let's see something. Let's get these quarterbacks slinging the ball to them and find out what we got. Tyler Steen continue to dominate here. And look, they had him at left tackle. They had him at guard. Let's see some more of that. I want to see this kid showing off his versatility. And look, I, again, think he has a very bright future here at right guard, even if he's not the starter week 1. Very excited about Tyler Steen. Josh Sills, Got to see a lot of action last week. He's getting thrown in the fire. Love that. Let's see it again this week. I think he is one of those locks to make this roster where, he provides that versatility as a guard and tackle. They really loved him. Stout loves him, from last year. So let's see some reps. Let's show off what you got here. Lock down that job. And then you've got someone like Dennis Kelly, who I was excited, thought bring in a veteran tackle, provide that depth. But look, maybe, because he's playing with backups, things like that. I saw some bad things, but I mean, he's still a veteran. I'd like to see some more from him this week, though. Show us that we could have, a reliable veteran tackle back there. And look, Steen can help you at tackle. We talked about Sills. Jack Driscoll's another lock for me. So I think that Dennis Kelly needs to show, hey, do we keep a 9th offensive lineman, a 10th? I mean, what's going to happen here? So need to see that from those guys there. Now, you saw those top 16. Let's get to the bottom 14. Finish off this top 30 here, and we're going to look at the defense. And, oh, my God, this is the one where I literally had like 20 guys, and I had to cut out some people. It was just like, damn it, dude. But, I mean, Jalen Carter, I'm intrigued to see how much time we actually have him out there for today. I don't really know that you necessarily have to. Look, the kid's a stud. And I think, when we talk about this season, that rotation we have, Carter, Williams, Davis, Cox, you don't have to throw him into the fire. So allow him to gradually come along throughout the preseason, the regular season. There's no rush here, but I still think he's defensive rookie of the year going to dominate. But not sure you have to jeopardize anything. Maybe you see him for a couple snaps again tonight. But, hey, I'm always looking forward to watching him. So if he's on that field, make sure you're tuning in. Now, Moro Ojomo, we talked about him leading the defensive tackles, last preseason game here. And I think that, this kid, we talk about his versatility. It's going to be hard to keep him off this roster. Thought he was a steal in the draft. And I really think that he is going to continue to show that in the preseason. So excited to watch him tonight. Then Nolan Smith. Now, we've talked about his, uptick in reps during practice now with Reddick out. But he still needs to get this time, and Brandon Graham's going to help out there. We have plenty of edge rushers here, but, we need to see in this preseason. And the reason I had these guys highlighted was, and I did this last night, but now I really want to see, some edge rushers because of Hassan Reddick being out. But again, it doesn't really matter for preseason, so I'm not going to change this because of that. I still want to see Nolan Smith, Kyron Johnson, and what I want to see is, are they going to get a little bit of off-ball work again? So they've been getting work throughout camp. We know that they've got their skill sets. I've been keeping you up to date with that for months. So happy to see the media finally talking about it a couple weeks ago. So been trying to talk about that. And, it's funny when they're like, oh, my God, no one ever knew. And it's like, well, they, did this stuff in college. That's why. Anyways, it's weird to me. But I think that these dudes have that skill set that bring that versatility that makes it easier not to have to keep so many at a certain position. Where, whether you're talking about linebackers and edge rushers or you're talking about, safeties and linebackers, a lot of different things going on with versatility here. But you see, Nakobe Dean, I'm not one of those people that think that he needs to be, out there playing the whole game. I think for me, if he has like a drive or something, that's fine. And I know they want him to do that, but they're not going to jeopardize his health because the fans and media want him to get hurt or whatever. It's like, no, let's just make sure he's healthy. Then he'll get his reps in preseason and these joint practices. I don't understand the whole infatuation with, we have to play the starters for the whole preseason game. Look, I want to see Eagles football too, but I also want to win the Super Bowl. So you see some other linebackers that I had to pretty much list them all, man, because only one I didn't was Ellis. I know what I've got there in him. I like him. I'm going to hope that I get to see him. But more importantly, Cunningham, Jack, Morrow, I had to have on here because I want to see Morrow did great last week. I want to see him do it again. And Jack and Cunningham, are they going to force their hand onto this roster? Or is Morrow that guy that's just like, nah, dude, this is my job next to Dean. You guys are just depth. And with Bradley out now, Van Sumeren, he had already led the team last week. Sorry, my dog just barged in the door here. Herschel. But Ben Van Sumeren, he's somebody that, I think leading those reps, he is showing that he needs work, right? You saw him. He just started playing linebacker. I think for me, he obviously is a very talented young man, very athletic, but needs those reps. So I need to see him out there again tonight, thrown into the fire, and keep doing the best you can, young man. And I'm sure people will be freaking out about it. Oh my God, why were they scoring or doing this? And it's like, look, man, well, there's a guy that, has only played linebacker for a little bit here back there. So hey, keep figuring out. I want to see that position figured out there. And then corners, man. Holy shit. Look, I want to see Kaylee again. He had his ups and downs last week. So want to see him out there with more ups. And then you've got guys like Ricks, Garner, Goodrich, who all had really good games last week. Now, Ricks had an okay game. He didn't play as much, but he had that pick 6. It's got, fans super excited. You got to trade Maddox. Ricks is now the starter. I'm not going to overreact to something like that from one play, but I thought a great job by him. I would like to see him actually, doing well in, throughout the game. And sure, it's, third and fourth stringers. So even if he does well, you could take that with a grain of salt. But we've talked about this. I've got a top 4 of the corners. Who's going to be 5, 6? I think, my top 4, you guys know the 3 starters and then Ringo. Then I've got Zach McPherson and Josh Jobe as 5 and 6. So are we going to keep a 7th? Is it going to be Ricks, Garner, Goodrich? I mean, that's what they need to tell us tonight. So I'm looking forward to watching that. And then at safety, I had 3 of them there, and then it came down to 1 because I just had to pick these other positions. They just outweighed them. But look, I want to see Kayvon. I want to see Justin Evans going out there doing their thing. Terrell Edmonds, I think, is a lock here, but not a lock to be a starter. And you guys know my pre-draft process, how I wanted Sidney Brown desperately on this team. And when we drafted him, I said, look, Philly fans, you're about to love this son of a bitch. And, well, you're seeing it, man. The love is being shared for this young man, and it should be on and off the field. I think, obviously, the comparison to Doc, and then someone told me yesterday that Merrill Reese said the same thing, and it's like, thank you. I mean, when you got greats agreeing with you, I try to be on the right path here, and that's what I was trying to tell you a few months ago when we talked about the Eagles hopefully drafting this young man. So now that he's here, let's see it, baby. We saw it last week flying around, leading the team in tackles. Saw a bunch of people in the postgame show. Oh, he's so bad. He can't tackle this, that. Look, man, we talked about it before we drafted him. He needs a little bit of coaching, needs some work because he just wants to knock people's heads off, and he needs a little bit of coaching on his angles, things like he's trying to, make big plays. I love that, man. And he's got passion. He's got heart. I love him, man. And I'm telling you, just like with Jalen Hurts, I think fans are going to be along soon enough with this one, man. And love the dude. Love the dude. Love the dude. Now, let me jump on over to these comments. Let me hear your thoughts for this effing game. Let's get excited here. My man, Drew, appreciate you, dude. Let me scroll up here, but I just saw the super chat. My man, cannot thank you enough for that. And yes, if you're getting anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. Drew, you are truly a gem, my man. I can't thank you enough for that. And look, I hope your day is going well. Hope you're getting excited. Hope everything's getting figured out for you. I know you've got a lot going on. I've been trying to think about you while I'm going. I'm like, look, man, just lock in. You got people. They're going through stuff too. This is that moment we all come together and enjoy our birds. We escape it all. And that's what I'm here for. That's what you're here for. And I love you, brother. And I cannot thank you enough for all of your support. And man, look, to be able to be excited about this kind of stuff and not be judged like I've been my entire life. Everybody's, you're so weird, man. I don't know how you could love football like that. It's like, bro, I'm always going to be like this. This is just, and to find other sickos, you guys are truly family to me, and I love it, man. I really, really do, and I love you, brother, and I can't thank you enough for that. Happy Friday to you, Liz. I love all of you, man. I really can't thank you enough. I look forward to you guys tuning in. I think it's Thursday, though, right? But tomorrow, we will be here for Fan Friday. You got me. See, I don't even know what day it is half the time. You can't be doing that to me, Liz. You know how I am. I'm a high plains drifter. Come on now. I love it. But let's jump into tomorrow. I'm ready for it. Tonight, we're going to have the postgame show. Then tomorrow, we're actually going to have the recap. Just like last week, I'll have all the snap count for everybody, all the things I saw, whose stock is up, whose stock is down, who I have as locks on the bubble. We'll see what changed, all that great stuff. Do not fear. And then we'll have Fan Friday later in the night. So, yeah, it will be a very happy day, but appreciate you tuning in, Liz. Hope you're having a good one. Who was the defensive end who played with the cast in the shape of a ball over Sanford years ago? I think it would be the worst case scenario. Well, that's what he's going to be doing it. And, well, there's been like 50 of them, man. So, yeah, that's something you see all the time. They tape it up. They put the club on. Good to go. So I'm not worried about it. We need a lot of females to talk about the birds. I see plenty of females talking about my girl. I always make the joke and, probably school most of these people who are experts, the Hurts can't develop, things like that. But, yeah, we got a lot in here, too. This is, dude, man, woman, child, ogre, horse, dragon. I don't care what you are, who you are. You're welcome here. And it's time to talk some birds, no matter who you are. That's everyone knows that here, man. All are welcome. But, Yo, man, we're going to be getting it fixed. And I was talking with you actually about that earlier, but it was a good conversation. Really just bringing me back to reality, like thinking about my guy with Lane Johnson and John Runyon's kid up in Yosemite Mountain. Like he's jumping over stuff on a mountain and like, oh, I twisted my ankle. Like, oh, and then there's me running through the yard, chasing after Herschel, tripping over a random step on the hill and face planting into an effing yard. Son of a bitch. But just the fact that like I have conversations with that person like every day. He's a friend of mine and I love the dude. And it's just hilarious. Like this dude's living like a completely different life. And I'm going to keep working to get that. But he was on my ass just like you guys were. And well, we're going to get it fixed, man. We're going to get it fixed. So I appreciate you all. Wrote down different combinations, different people on D-line, and I come up with about 3 that could possibly be in the top 10 NFL. Yeah, man. Go check out that video of all the line rotations I've shown, and we have the best line, and there's a reason I say we're breaking that sack record. Yeah, man, I love it. I truly do. And look, for me, I'm about all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I live and breathe the depth charts, the roster, the back end guys, knowing everything about them. And anybody that knows me, I've literally been this way my entire life. I just now share that information out of this crazy brain. So I'm glad you enjoyed. I love it too, my man. You're in the right place, and I'm excited to see some of these young guys roll. My man, Phil, let's go. Been a minute, my dude. Hope all is well, you bearded son of a bitch. But appreciate you tuning in, dude. We got preseason football coming upon us. I cannot wait, clearly. Now, look, we all know it's preseason, but I know you're one just like me. It's fun to be able to break down the other stuff. To look at, the back end. There's so much competition on this roster. It gets me. I have a hard time making the top 20 positional back. I have to try to cut it down. I'm like, how are people writing articles about 5? And it's like, I'll see these things and it's like, what? So it's, for me, it's like, I love this stuff, dude. There's not enough time for me to get through all the information, I feel like. So go at the birds, my dude. Appreciate you tuning in. And Drew, look, appreciate you. Just said hello to you a little bit ago, but wanted to get through that information before we just all start talking. So that way people can tune in, get what they need. And if you want to stick around and chat, well, you can do that too. But I really appreciate you, my guy. And thank you again for that super chat. Yo, Trey, appreciate you, my man. And love to see that love being shared in here. Go effing birds. I love it. Love it. Love it. Not a fan of Scott or Trey at kick returner, but I truly don't know who would be really good, and that's not a starter. Well, I have Job on the list of guys that can kick return. He did that last year, but I've talked about Rashad Penny over and over. He had seven kick return touchdowns at San Diego State, okay? I know he's got the talent to do it, and he doesn't need to be the featured back or even the second back. He could be the goal line back, kick returner. Let's effing go. That's who I'd put back there. And if not, why not Tyree Cleveland, Joseph Nada? Give him a little shot tonight because they both have done it. Deion Kane, he's back. Just talked about the 2 touchdowns he had in the USFL. Why not try them? I mean, I've stressed it a million times. Boston Scott, he gets, he is serviceable. Trey Sermon, not good. So I'd have more options back there. But that's just me. So I'm with you 100% on that one. 100% on that one. But love to see the love being shared. Let's go Birds, baby. But I did not leave out Evans. That is why I said his name. That's why I mentioned him. And I've talked about it. I like him. But no, those other positions were important. So I did not leave off anyone that I did not want to leave off. We'll see N'Kobe week 1. Calm down to all the fans. Yeah, man, it's pretty weird how people get so out of shape about this kind of stuff. And it's like, look, man, this is what the preseason. But you got to understand, a lot of people don't pay attention to the Eagles until they're winning. So now you've got all this years, they have no clue who players are, what's going on, but they're back and they're going to tell you everything that they know. And it's just like, gosh, okay. Oh, Lord, help us all. Let's just remember Jalen Hurts can't develop, right? That's what I always use as a gauge. Let me find out how much you actually know here. But, my dude, really appreciate that, my man. And, yeah, talked about Nolan, talked about Kyron, how important that is. And I would like to see maybe a little bit of off-ball work. Why not in the preseason? Let's see how that goes down. So I think that's a great idea there, and I'm with you 100%. And as I said, I had 20-plus guys on there. And I mentioned, obviously, a second ago for anybody listening, Evans and Wallace were on there. I had more edge rushers, Derek Barnett, Janarius Robinson. Look, Patrick Johnson hopefully, gets healthy soon. But I think that I mean, you saw last night's show. I went through all 90 players. So if you guys are looking for detailed information on every single player, go check out all the videos I put out, man. Always trying to give as much information. And I feel bad when people, they come in, they're like, oh, and it's like, well, dude, I can't force you to watch these shows, man. I mean, if you're missing out on info, I can only post so much. But yo, dude, thank you so much for that super chat. Can't thank you enough for that. And Mama Linda, appreciate you. Let's go. That's what it's all about here, right? That's for all of us here that love our birds. And some of us, act differently about it. Your passion could come out quietly. It could come out in a text. It could come out very loudly. I think we all deal with things differently. I'm here to bring that passion, bring that energy, and hand a little bit of it to you. So enjoy as much as you can. Try not to, call any authorities and get me sent away, because yes, I am crazy. I'm crazy about my effing birds, but thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a great night, ready to watch some effing birds. And my eyes will be on Carter and Smith and Brown. And yeah, man, all of them. I'm very excited, especially about those guys I wanted in the draft. So very pumped. And yeah, you guys know how excited I am about that. And a little over 3 weeks, 24 days, baby. Let's go. I cannot stress enough how ready to run through a wall. Yo, man, it's almost here. And look, I remember when it was day 99 going through this damn countdown, right? So all you sickos hanging in there with me, appreciate you. I told you we're going to make it through this, and we're going to get excited about it each and every day, a little bit more and more, 1% more excited every day. Thanks, Nick Sirianni. But look, I'm telling you, dynasty season. I will say it until the media is finally repeating it, just like I did with Hurts, just like I did with Sirianni, Howie. I will force them. They will be talking about Eagles, Super Bowl champions. They're already doing that. Now we're going to get them to say dynasty. We're going to make them every year. They're going to have to do the dance, baby. Oh, and I love every second of it. I truly do, man. So I'm looking forward to this. Cannot wait to take people to the woodshed. He's been doing real good. He did great at the end of last year. He's been doing good in camp. And you've heard me talk about that the entire training camp here. Yo, from Petersburg, Virginia. Let's go. Love to see that love being shared here. And we get people from all over the continent here, man. We got people from all over the globe. We got people. I love every second of it. We got East Coasters, West Coasters. You guys are flying in from all over. And that's what this is all about. Spreading that bird love, baby. So appreciate you, Patrick and Michelle. Hope you're all having yourselves a super effing great night, because, well, it's bird time. And what's so funny about preseason, I'm the same way as you guys. As much as I love this stuff, you're locked in, you're ready, you're pumped up. And then it comes out and you're like, and Marcus Mariota, quarterback. And you're like, oh, mother. So, like, yeah, I'm with you in the notion where it's just like, I was ready to run through a wall. But even the touchdowns, things like that, you're like, yeah. But it's just like, this is preseason. So just as much as I don't care about the bad things, depending on how bad it was and what happened, it's the good things. You got to take it all with a grain of salt. So it does steal a little thunder from you. But if you're breaking it down, if you're watching individual performances, you're not letting the media get you worked up about little things, overreacting, you can enjoy this time. And you guys have been helping me, lather in it, man, because I've always loved this kind of stuff. So I appreciate you riding with me, you sick son of a. You guys are awesome. And yes, we do. And doing my best to show you guys that for the last few months here, why I think we're building a dynasty. And telling you, they're going to be repeating it soon enough. Yeah, man, he's a beast, and, a versatile guy that can stop the run, the pass. We've talked about it. He can play so many different techniques on that line. You're going to see him in multiple fronts here. So pumped up about it. Arizona, let's go. Talking about that West Coast, let's ride, man. That's awesome. If you see Jonathan Gannon, do me a favor and punch him directly. No, don't do that. Give him a big old hug. That's what I'm going to say. That's what we'll leave it at. But dude, that is living out there in AZ. If I ever got the opportunity, that son of a, I'm never going to forgive him. I'll be real with you. But appreciate you tuning in all the way from AZ, man. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I'm intrigued to see, as we talked about earlier, if Penny will play, if Boston will play tonight. So, holy I thought it was hot. I'm getting hot with this damn jersey on. 100. You just made me hotter thinking about it. Oh, my God, dude. I hope you're hanging in there, man, because I used to live in Florida at one point, and I just wanted to jump off of a roof half the time. Like, I would go outside and be in my shorts, shirt, So I'm not sure how it is in Arizona, but in Florida, it'd be like, you're wearing, it's probably actually 10 times more dry. So this isn't a great analogy, but I used to hate it, man, just being hot all the time. But then it would rain. Then I got to put a hoodie on because it's raining. You're like soaking wet. You're like, what the? Then it's done raining. And then it's humid as shit. And you're like, oh my God, now you're back to, not a fan of really hot. I don't mind Pennsylvania. I do not mind the cold. Well, now with this stupid ass disease I have, I do kind of hate it because now I get really cold. And I'm one of those people, I can wear a t-shirt out in the cold. I don't care about that. But now, like old man Wither here, I get a little cold. I'm like, oh, need me blanket. Okay, I've never said that. But let's be real here. This disease blows ass. I hope you're enjoying that 110-degree weather and staying safe, though, my man, because that's brutal. Holy hell. Meat riders, bro. No matter what, if you ever have to watch an Eagles game, they will always be dick riding the other team. That's just how it is. The refs will be helping. I mean, I'm not crazy. Well, yes, I am. But after 37 years of seeing this, my dad wanted me to do this kind of stuff as a child due to the fact that they sucked so much D and A. So I just really think that, thank you to them for sucking so much because it has driven me, and I know I drive them crazy, and that's okay because they've done that to me my entire life. But I'm with you. I could do without the old sausage in the face the old night. So that'd be great. But glad I could make you laugh here, Mike. Appreciate you tuning in, my dude. I think he is the son of a bitch, and I'm always going to stress that. Now, I still love that style of defense, and thank God Sean Desai runs the same thing, but I think we got Jonathan Gannon on crack, baby. I think this dude's going to come at you, palpable, as he said, you're gonna feel it. So I want to feel it at home here. Kill somebody. Well, don't actually hurt anyone. That's just get out there and destroy them on the field. That's what I want to see tonight. Get out there. Let's go dominate, and let's do it in the name of the person we cannot stand, Jonathan Gannon. But this defense, I think, is going to be electric. Excited about it. Yeah, and look, we talked about it. I think, you can see him out here for a couple snaps. So I'm all about that, but I'm not with most of the fans and the media saying he should play the whole game. No. But, California, but Arizona, I imagine that really is. Man, best of luck to you living there, dude. Oh, my God. I don't know how. I have a buddy that actually moved out there after high school, became a pilot. Big shout out to you, Andy. But crazy, man. Crazy to go from Pennsylvania to there. It must have been drastic. But then again, I went from Pennsylvania to Florida. That was quite a change. I'm a man twisted in here. Let's go. Getting pumped up for this game. I'm going to get rolling out here, though. Got a couple things to do before this game gets started. But I'm pumped up about it. It depends on where you live, where you have to listen. So not everyone's going to get the same broadcast here. So some people get tortured. Some people get to enjoy. It really all just depends here. But, it's always here, my man. I actually have my Dallas Cowboys suck shirt ready to rock for tomorrow. I saw it come out of the dryer. I was like, I haven't worn that in a minute. So it is sitting right out there. So I'm with you. The hate is alive and well. Love it. I've seen how scared their fans are. I love that. The fans of other teams, they all waste their days watching our press conferences. I love that, man. We have them so shook. They don't even watch their own team stuff. They just want to cry to us. And it's like, thank you. I've been dreaming of this moment for years. When I talk about Hurts developing and building this dynasty, I've dreamt of this moment where they would all be on their knees. And, man, there they are. And, even with the fans that try to tell me, I told them, look, you'll be bending the knees. Watching them at 4 a.m., waiting to get his jersey, deciding which color they're going to – that's brings a tear to my eye. All the haters are about to enjoy, but this season's going to be way worse for them, man, because we're winning that Super Bowl. And don't worry, we're building that dynasty, so it's going to be a tough next 10 years for them. Followed by San Francisco close second now. They're pretty terrible fans. And I said that after that game. It's just like, are they in Cowboys territory? And yes, they are. Some of the most whiny, unintelligent. So they're right up there with them, man. And it's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie to you, but I love it, man. And look, not to say that, the Eagles, we have plenty of unintelligent fans. I mean, let's look at what they said about Hurts. But it's just unbearable. And I don't have any of that stuff. And I've done a really good job of just blocking those people so I can focus on you guys talking actual football because I don't want to get angry. I don't want to fight with people. And I get really tired of everyone. You're dumb. You don't know how the cap works. We don't have cap space. Hurts can't develop. You never watch football. It's like now I got to watch these people oh, Jalen Hurts to 2,050 likes. Oh, yeah, this guy knows his stuff. It's like, no, he doesn't. He just told me how Hurts sucked dick last year. What do you mean? Like, but those are the people enjoy getting analysis from that have never picked up a football in their lives. So, no doubt, that's how we're just gonna have to deal with those people, Dank. And look, we're gonna laugh right in their faces, right? We're about to win the Super Bowl. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. We see a roundtable show with other NFCs. What do you think? Well, if there were other people that knew football, I would do that. But I see most of the stuff that those people do is trolling, and it's always like they just want people to click because they have no clue what they're talking about. And it's like, trust me, I've wanted to do, NFC East shows and things like that. But if you guys know any other people from other teams, but no, LB, that's my guy. But I know, everybody, and I always say this, everybody has their own thing. If, there's people that like doing that stuff, just shooting the shit with people, that's awesome, dude. I, used to love just hanging around people talking football, but this my show. That's not what this is. I'm not going to bring on people that have never, even actually read a playbook and know what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? It's like, the hooting and hollering, Jalen Hurts is a bad court. Like, you start saying stuff like that, it's like, bro, I can't take your opinion. And then they get offended and they're like, oh, he blocked me on Twitter. And it's like, bro, because I don't like arguing like I'm a 5-year-old child about things that I know, and you clearly have no idea. And it's sad to see social media has really took unintelligent people and put them on this pedestal where they think like, look, I watched a YouTube video where this guy said exactly what I wanted to hear because I searched it in and then there it was. So I know. And it's like, well, bro, but no, LB and, Philly Mike, those guys doing their thing. That's awesome, man. But if there are any like Commanders, Cowboys, or Giants fans, that like know football, I would have them on. I would not mind that at all. You guys know I love chopping up. We get fans of other teams in here all the time. I love talking about that kind of stuff, man. I'm down all the time. But they got to know football. I'm not going to embarrass my show. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're talking about if you're coming on. So, everybody has. And, everybody wanted to trade him last year, for Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Jimmy G, and now we all have to pretend it never happened. Like, well, the whole fan base wanted him to succeed. And it's like, no, I've literally sat here and got attacked every single day for trying to explain how he would. So it's really weird, but I get it. And that's why I always tell them, tread carefully with calling me so stupid all the time and getting offended that you don't know what's happening. Because when I come back and those things do happen, you're going to cry and tell me it never happened. And it happens every year. It's so weird. Like, we never wanted to fire Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni last year or Jalen Hurts. And it's like, dog, I'm right here. I actually remember everything you guys say. It's so funny. Whatever, dude. 20 minutes for the Niners. Dude, go take a leak on that for me if you could. Be careful, though, man, because I know there's a lot of stabbings and things like that. They're a bad place to be. Terrible fans. Still mad we aren't there. Well, try not to be like those other fans. Nobody's fucking with us. That's right, baby. We're going to the top. And look, there's always going to be negative people. We're done for the season. No. Nah. Ain't nobody breaking that, baby. All excitement because we're winning that Super Bowl. And I'm going to keep doing it like I do every year. We're dog walking them, baby. It's happening. Let them keep crying. I don't care. I really don't. And it does, man. It's just sad at this point. It's like, look, bro, I'm trying to enjoy my birds. Let's roll. But, yeah, dude. Oh my God. Well, we're about to win this one. That's what I cannot stand. And and that's what's weird to me. Like, I'm not gonna bring people on my show to like talk about how Jalen Hurts isn't good. Like, dude, the guy was a all-pro MVP runner-up. Like, if you think he's not good, then I think you probably shouldn't talk football. Like, and that's not me being mean. I think that a lot about the media too. There's a lot of guys that should not talk football because they don't know what they're talking about. And you don't have to have played, but it does help. But you can tell they not only have never played, but they're getting this like Madden knowledge. And they're like, I know everything. And it's like, bro, we can see that you don't. You haven't ever gotten anything right. Like in the 5 years I've done this, there's not one expert anyway that's come close to my draft stuff, my free agency stuff. It's like, I guess I'm the expert. So I don't have time for the trolley stuff. It's like, look, man, and that's great because they get way more views than I do. That kind of stuff is what people want. They want the bickering, the whining, the fighting. And that's cool, man. If that's, whatever anybody's thing is, to each their own. I can't. It drives me. Like, I'm from a time where I could just, I'm not like that little weirdo that got my Twitter, suspended. Then he didn't even come to the training camp because he was afraid I was going to hurt. It's like, bro, I would never do that. My life's more valuable, than going to jail for you because you're a little wiener. Like, so it's just funny to me, man. But people, it's everywhere. Wannabe gangsters and they're whining. And it's like, look, bro, I come from, like, trust me, you don't want to come down this road. Like, I'm a new man at a second time in life trying to enjoy. Like, please don't bring that negativity. And they try so hard, man. And you've seen it for 5 years now. And some of you, just new to this channel, but it used to be worse. I had to block so many people. And they're like, oh, you're going to block me. And it's like, bro, I don't want it. I want to talk football. God damn it. But let's go. Let's go. You sick son of a. I love every second of it for all you sickos out there betting money. Betting on all kinds of shit. I love it. Preseason. You want to talk about volleyball, badminton? I'm throwing money down. I don't give a damn. But if it's Eagles, I'm definitely throwing down. But you guys are awesome. I got to get out of here, though. Seriously, because now I only have 15 minutes, and holy shit. So with a cripped up ankle, I'm not going to be crip walking too much here. So let's go. But I appreciate each and every one of you. And do not fear, I will be back after the game. Post-game show, you know it. We're going to have a great time. You know it, my man. Always fly, Eagles, fly. So, look, we're going to keep talking those trolling is funny in small doses. Well, I guess it really just depends on how you're doing it, right? Now, if you're trolling just trying to be funny, I actually wouldn't even call it trolling. I just think it's lack of education, right? It's anger that they don't know. They walk into a room that they shouldn't be in, and then they're mad. Oh, well, it's like, well, dude, why don't you just watch football or learn or like try to learn the game? Have you ever thought about that other than just arguing with people online? So I'm with you. I like trolling other teams. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying do not make fun of them, stuff like that. That's what we should do. But it's the people that this new wave, man, like if you watch an Eagles press conference, these people just sit there and they just make shit up. And it's most of the time racist or weird. Like it's just weird shit, man. So I'm with you. But, to an extent, like it's just something complete. It's a different beast than trolling. You know what I mean? So I'm with you on that. I'm with you because I love going at Cowboys fans. And mine isn't trolling. I usually just come at them with facts, and people hate me, dude. They'll talk about football. They'll say how much they know, and then here I come, and it's like, well, actually, this is what really happens. The Eagles played the easiest schedule ever. They actually tied the record in NFL for playing the toughest schedule. I think it was with the Patriots. They tied, right? Winning against the most playoff teams. Oh, geez, that's weird. So they could just make shit up, but I'm going to come with them facts. So that's not even trolling either. That's just fact making. So let's effing go. My man Daniel in the building. Appreciate you, dude. You guys, you got me drifting off the scene. I really got to get going, but go Birds. Dude, I love you guys. You're truly awesome. I hope to see your asses at the post-game show because I'm going to be fired up again. Players to watch for me, Penny and Sherman battle, Eli. Yeah, we talked about those guys. Don't think you'll see Job much because I think he's already a lock for this roster. But yeah, you're going to see all those corners. I talked about all that stuff here. Very excited about it. We talked about McKee, all that stuff. If you guys rewatch this, anything like that, you can always comment down below. This thing's freaking out. I try to click on your stuff. McKee, yes, McKee. Love to see the love being shared. No, that's all good. But if you guys check any of this stuff out, and yes, we talked about those too. All right, guys, I got to get rolling out here. If you want to hear about any of those things I already talked about, go check it out. Game's about to start, though. I got some things to do. I love you all. Appreciate you and hope to see your asses post-game. Tell you all the things I saw. I'll be taking notes, what stood out to me, who stood out to me, good or bad, and we'll be talking about all of it. So I hope to see you then. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all enjoy that game. Stay safe. But as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!